Hey, this is Mike Plackey. Hey, I want to talk to you about walking in the core. Walking can be a great way to strengthen and improve the function of your core muscles if you move right. If you're not moving well, then your core muscles will tend to be in a state of hibernation. And let me show you what I mean by that. We focus on the pelvis as being essentially a huge part of the mechanics of walking. So if the pelvis moves well, the core is going to fire really well, and you're probably not going to have any pain, and walking is going to be a great exercise for you. If your pelvis does not move well, you walk in a way that compensates for that tight pelvis. Let me show you what efficient walking, or walking correctly, I guess you'd say, or the ideal state of walking would look like. Now, so if this foot here, my left leg is on the ground, I'm about to take a step. What should happen in the efficient state is this leg, as you're about to pick it up, is the pelvis should come down and back, the glutes should fire, your pelvis should come down and back, and as you lift it off the ground, the pelvis should come up and back. As it comes through, the pelvis comes up and forward, and as your foot comes down to the ground, the pelvis goes down and forward, hits the ground, and the pelvis stays down and stable as you go to take the next step. Okay? Down and back, up and forward, down and forward. It stays stable on the way down. So as this leg here is going down and back, the right leg here, or the right pelvis, is coming up and forward. Okay? And this one comes down and forward, the left one comes up and back. Left one comes up and forward, right one goes down and back, left one goes down and forward, right one comes up and back. Okay, so you get this asymmetrical elliptical motion of the pelvis that should really happen automatically. And when that happens, the core is firing and walking becomes a core exercise. Problem is, nobody really has, not too many people have a really well moving pelvis when they walk. A lot of people are bound down or tight or restricted in their pelvic areas. And so instead of having that efficient motion through the pelvis, they have to compensate for this tight pelvis. So you might see somebody, instead of having this motion through the pelvis, this is locked up, and maybe they have to rotate too much when they walk, right? You've seen people who walk like that, right? Or you see people who use their hips only, like they stay really tight in their pelvis and trunk area, and it's all hips when they walk, okay? Or some people are so tight that they have to generate momentum by swinging their arms excessively when they walk. So your body will find a way to generate momentum to walk if it can't do so from the pelvis. Ideally, the pelvis is mobile, the core is functioning, and the pelvis generates momentum, and everything's great. So let me show you two things that I show my patients to help warm up the core muscles with walking and get the pelvis moving better. Now, I learned these from Greg Johnson at the Institute of Physical Art, and the first one, Greg calls it prancing, because it looks like a horse prancing. So this is designed to get the pelvis moving up and forward, okay? So before you take a step, there's that up and forward movement of the pelvis. So if we exaggerate hip flexion, and we do this for 2 minutes before you actually go into your walk or your hike or your run, trying to get your knees higher than your hips. Okay, now if you have teenagers and want to embarrass them, you do this with your kids present at the airport or some public place. Okay, they love it. Now you'll feel two things when you do this. You'll feel the core on the side that the leg is lifting, firing, and you'll feel the glutes on the opposite side. So when you're getting up and forward on that right side, my left side is going down and back automatically. So I'm really starting to warm up those walking muscles that I should have with my pelvis. That's probably my favorite one. The other one we call it, or Greg calls it rollerblading, okay? And what that is you delay the lifting of the foot before you step. So if my left leg is about ready to step and I'm here, I'm gonna wait and not lift it up until I'm gonna delay it quite a bit and really feel my glute contract, and then I'm gonna pull it through. So I delay the lifting of that foot. I really squeeze the glute as my foot goes back. Okay, now it looks kind of funny, but it really works. You feel those muscles working. And if you do prancing for 2 minutes, and then this delayed lifting of the foot, or we call it rollerblading, for 2 minutes before you walk, you're going to have your core muscles firing better when you walk. Probably have your pelvis moving a little bit better when you walk too. And then walking becomes a core exercise because you're actually utilizing your core muscles, as opposed to having the core muscles dormant and compensating for the lack of that pelvic mobility and lack of core muscles by moving some inefficient way. When we move efficiently, we tend to have less pain. Yeah, that's it. I love to walk, I love to hike, so I love this stuff. So any questions, give me a call, 916-221-8534. Have a great day, and talk to you soon. Take care.